Week number 7 of Dana White's Contender series, and we've got heavyweights on the docket today. We have Shamil Gaziev. He's taking on Velasco. Both of these guys are undefeated. 6-0 for Velasco, 10-0 for Gaziev. This is a good one. It's a fun fight. Heavyweights getting in there just swinging heavy. It's, usually what you see. Both guys are around the 265 pounds. Both guys coming in there heavy. Anybody can get knocked out. But in this one here, there are a couple of grapplers. So let's break this down. For Velasco, he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's going to be looking for the submission, and he's going to use ground and pound to set up the attempts. That's basically what he likes to do. Get you to the mat, start landing that ground and pound, wait until you can just look for that opening and then snatch up a sub and go from there. His takedown defense isn't that good, and that's okay because he likes to work from his back as well using that jiu-jitsu. I guess that's okay. He does seem to have the better cardio of the two, and it actually got him his win in his last matchup. Now, I'm going to tell you this. So Ronald Coleman was his last fight. Now, I'm very familiar with Ronald Coleman because if you don't know, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, which is where Ronald Coleman fights out of. I saw all his amateur fights, every one of his pro fights leading up to the Velasco fight because he fought in Omaha. I just happened to be in attendance. I just happened to be there at the event. So I saw all of his fights leading up to it, right? So when I go to watch him fight Velasco, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a fun fight. Coleman's got a real shot. And he did. He was winning that whole fight. He pretty much won that whole fight. Until he just got tired and Mergliata said, that's enough. You're out of here, dude. Basically what happened is Coleman's landing the better boxing shots, beat him up in the boxing, landing the takedowns, getting him in the wrestling. Velasco's got no answer. He's not really doing much. But with less than a minute left in the second round, Coleman got tired. Velasco reverses position, lands some, kind of half-hearted ground and pound, and Mergliata was like, dude, he's way too tired to continue. I'm calling it right there. Velasco hardly landed any good shots or anything, but he had the better cardio. He outlasted Coleman, and he was durable enough to hang in there. And that's how he got the win. So for Velasco, that's going to be a strategy that he might be able to use here because we have a guy in Gaziev who sort of fades as he goes on in a fight when he wrestles, when he's forced to wrestle. He's a very fast starter with very good wrestling, and that's probably why. He comes forward, he's going to chain these takedown attempts together. He's going to start landing these takedowns, get on top, land heavy ground and pound early in the fight. As the fight goes on, that's not so much. He's going to start fading, like I said, with the cardio, but he's still got good top pressure throughout the whole fight. Even when he's tired, he's got good top pressure. So if he can get the fight to the mat, he can stay on top, stay heavy. When he's striking, his hands are low, and I don't like that because he'll eat some shots. He seems pretty durable, so that's not too big of a problem, but he's got knockout power, and his striking it's not the most polished, but it's definitely not poor either. He lands pretty good uppercuts, decent straight shots, and when he hits you, you feel it. He will drop guys for sure. This is Gaziev's fight to lose, and the only way I see him losing if he's just totally gasses out, similar to what happened with Coleman and Velasco in Velasco's last fight. For me, Gaziev has to be the pick. But if after 2 rounds, Velasco is still hanging in there, and you see Gaziev on the stool in between the second and third round looking like he's died, there's a chance to live bet on Velasco because Velasco's probably going to be able to keep that cardio going a little bit better, especially because he's going to be laying on his back most of the fight because he's going to get taken down, and that's what's going to happen. But for me, Gaziev's the pick. I think he's going to be able to get the ground and pound TKO there, maybe even knock him out on the feet. He's going to hit harder, so that's where I'm at. But let me know who you have. Drop a comment. Like the video on your way out. I do appreciate it very much. It helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.